because I had in my mind that there was one sunscreen that was perfect for me, that would apply to all situations, all circumstances, and to all people. I don't know where I got that from. All right, let's talk about some common sunscreen mistakes. Improper application, not reapplying, expiring products in storage, but there are a ton more. I did a video recently with, I think it was it five different common sunscreen mistakes of applying, and I've got another one coming out soon as well. All right, Lisa says, missing spots on my face. This is why I'm using a UV mirror now. Yes. I love that you shared about the UV mirror. Oh my goodness, the results you've been sharing with me and the mind-blowing information that you've discovered about your face and your sunscreen habits. Yes. There's also this fine line between how much to obsess over sunscreen and sun exposure that could affect your mental health versus not obsessing enough about sunscreen and sun exposure. A line there that's different for everybody. I'm 3 years post-surgery. And in the beginning, I had so much anxiety over application. And don't get me wrong, I still get anxiety when I find myself in a weird situation where I don't have sunscreen on, or it's that time where I'm supposed to be applying and I'm outside. I still get anxiety during that situation. But a lot of you, when I have experienced anxiety and I've voiced it in videos, many of you in the comment section will say, you're doing the best you can. Mess ups are going to occur. Don't be so hard on yourself. And that has been so helpful to me, to not beat myself up when the trash has to be taken out immediately, but I don't have time to put sunscreen down on my entire body. So I just grab a sun hoodie and I put that on myself, but my feet are still exposed as I'm walking from the back door around to the side of the house to the trash can. I don't get as stressed about that as I did in 2021 or even 2022. Now, on the other hand, I worry that I'm just going to throw it all out the window, or I'm going to become so lax in my sunscreen application that I'm going to get skin cancer again. Because I have a friend who, she had melanoma skin cancer. She's a really good friend. Earlier this year, she got skin cancer again. It was a different skin cancer. It wasn't melanoma, but it was a different skin cancer. And she got that. She doesn't do all of the sun protective measures that I do. She doesn't wear long pants in the summer. She lives she lives in Beaufort, South Carolina, where I used to live. That's very hot, insanely hot. She's always wearing a hat, always wearing sunscreen, but she's outside a lot. It's different for everybody. Like, our comfort level is different and how we apply stuff is different. And I don't want to judge other people for what they do or don't do with their sunscreen habits. Like, that's not my job. My job is just for me. But I also want to learn and watch other people and see if it actually does help to wear the long pants, because I feel like I'm suffering. I feel like I'm suffering constantly wearing long pants or long shirts outside. It's hot. I sweat. I don't enjoy sweating. So I'm like, if I can get away with just depending on sunscreen and not having to wear a long shirt, is that enough? Or does it depend on the UV index outside? Valerie says, using sunscreen, then going outside with no hat, sunglasses, etc. Yeah. It's taken me a long time to actually trust my sunscreen. I still don't fully trust my sunscreen. Do you guys? I don't fully trust my sunscreen, because I will put SPF 50 on and it'll have been on for a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And then I'll still put a UPF 50 shirt on top of it. And sometimes I'll say to my husband, I'll go, I'm going to be brave today. I'm going to depend on my sunscreen. And I will wear my t-shirt, and the UV will only be like a 3 or a 4. And I've got the SPF 50 on, and I'll go outside and I'll be feeling all proud of myself. And I'm like, what if it's not working? What if I missed a spot? What if I skipped? And I'm like, but I need to just be able to enjoy being outside again. Like, I don't want to have this fear of the sun. I don't want to have it because I love the sun. I loved it too much. Lisa says, yes, I agree. Especially soon after surgery, my anxiety is much less now. Yes, time helps. Lisa also says, friends and family help me now. They will say things like, where's your hat, umbrella, sunglasses? Oh, that's so nice, Lisa. That's so nice that they help you remember all that stuff. Mine don't. I feel like I'm the one telling people, did you have your hat on? Let's get your hat on. Did you remember to put sunscreen on? Let's put your sunscreen on. Oh, are you going out? When was the last time you applied sunscreen? Do you want me to go find your sunglasses for you? I'm that person. I love a good SPF umbrella, so I don't always wear SPF clothing. Yes, I have not tried an umbrella yet. I get strange looks wearing long sleeves outside. Oh my goodness. So the last town we lived in, but I went into my church and I had just been walking. Like, I was within walking distance of our church. And so I had on, it was probably 90 something outside. I had on my hat. I had on my UPF hoodie, long pants, my tennis shoes. I'm drenched in sweat. And I walk into my church and I sit down to talk to the administrative assistant. And a church lady walked in that I had only met like one or two times because we just moved there. And she looked at me strange. She says, like, aren't you hot? I was like, yeah. She said, why are you wearing so much clothing? I was like, because I had skin cancer. And she goes, oh, you just had skin cancer? I don't understand. I was like, oh, geez, I don't want to get into all this. Not reapplying. We talked about this. Improper application, missing spots, not applying early enough is a common mistake. The need for reapplication every 2 hours, especially after swimming or sweating. That one is the kicker. That one is the kicker for me. That's the huge lifestyle change. Expired products in storage. We haven't talked too much about. Checking the shelf life and or expiration dates. Don't store in extreme heat. Okay, I've made both of these mistakes. Not just checking expiration dates, but also writing the date that you opened the bottle, writing that on there so that you throw it away within the year's time. I have a whole bunch of sunscreens behind me that I need to go back through and double check the Sharpie date that I've written on them, and also put tape over them. And I wish I could remember, one of the viewers recommended putting tape, because a lot of my sunscreens, they will take Sharpie marker off of the package. In an instant, they'll take the Sharpie marker off. Putting tape on top of the date was super helpful that someone shared. And then not storing in extreme heat. I'm pretty sure in one of my early videos, I talked about keeping sunscreen in my car. And one of y'all was like, doesn't that mess with, Lisa, it might have been you, doesn't that mess with the formulation and the efficacy of the sunscreen? And I was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. No, it totally does. And Lisa, was it you or somebody else who also asked me about sunscreen sitting in your hot mailboxes and hot cars? Yeah, I'm starting to get concerned about that one too, because a lot of sunscreens are putting on the backs of their bottles now to not leave sunscreens in direct heat or extreme heat like a car. I don't know what we're supposed to do about that. I don't know. It might have been skincancer.org that says, like, if you're going to take your sunscreen to the pool, instead of leaving it out in direct sunlight, to wrap it in a towel and keep it in your pool bag under like an umbrella, that was safe to do it that way. So there must be some magic number, right? There must be some temperature threshold that sunscreen companies feel that once their sunscreen goes over that temperature threshold, that it becomes, the efficacy of the product goes down. But they haven't shared that magic number with us. So I do still keep sunscreen in my car in the wintertime because it does not get that cold here in South Carolina. Kay says, I feel you on the comfort factor, but also not trying to be anxious over it all. Always trying to remind myself to live in a balance. My son loves to be outside and don't want to miss out on his life. 100%. I have a 6-year-old. I'm not missing out on all this outside time with her either. I hear you. Lisa says, I don't order any sunscreen online during the heat of the summer because it will ruin it. That's smart. Lisa says, yes, I only carry it in a bag with me, never in my car. And that's what I do now too. Are you like me? You keep you find yourself collecting sunscreens in your bag or your purse? I will switch out a purse and I'll be like, oh my goodness, no wonder I don't have room in my bag for anything else. I've got like 4 sunscreens hiding out in here.